Cam, do you consider the H cost for the small hats and the legacy of it and how they move forward from that part of their culture?
Yes.
When I brought the example of slavery, why don't you see that as the same thing?
What do you mean? I said the
You were saying that I
monopoly
was
on
speaking about
the
pain, right?
monopoly on
I
However,
tribulation.
was
me
speaking about the transition through pain. So
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out where's the disconnect, why you don't see that as also the parallel.
No, I didn't. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No. I'm saying we don't have the monopoly on those things.
Yeah, I
And
never made that argument. I don't know where this word. Please, everybody, for this
not
conversation,
monopoly. I'm
know the
saying we,
word
yeah. Well,
monopoly.
that's what I was. So that's what I
Does
was
not.
saying. One of the retorts would be like the trial and tribulation and triumph. There's a lot of people in the earth that have similar stories. That's all I was saying about, because we were saying that that's what makes us unique. And so the trial and tribulation, a lot of other people have very similar, not similar stories, but you know what I mean? Turbulent
No,
stories through their history.
no. American chattel slavery is unique and specific.
No, I'm saying trial and tribulation, right?
Right,
Coming
but
through
you're
hard things. Like for instance, uh, uh, um, Attila the Hun, right? How many people Artaxerxes, how many people went in chains, right? So I'm simply saying when those people recount their history, trial, tribulation, and triumph, they would have a very similar outlook as we do. Because we're trying to figure out what is unique to us in terms of culture. I was simply saying those things wouldn't be unique in terms of pushing through trial and tribulation if you ask people from other cultures. Like the ones you referenced and several other people who were under the Roman Empire and etc.
so the way that they moved post traumatic incident is embraced in it regarded as part of their culture. Didn't we have ways we moved post traumatic incident?
That are, but it's not unique. See what I'm saying? It's not. So
Yeah.
like if you ask the Japanese after World War
So
II, from internment camps to
mhm,
their country being bombed, they're gonna in their schools uphold that is them pushing through trial and tribulation. So when we're talking about black culture specifically, pushing through, other people would say, oh, that's not unique to us.
the way in which they did and the people, what they came out as, right? I,
Hmm.
I sometimes feel like again, we're not using the correct definition for this word, but
Sure.
we're arguing being a monolith. I feel like the two things is where you have to be a monolith and have a monopoly. It's kind of what it sounds like to the people who believe we don't have a culture.
so
And I would argue that the cultures that you would list aren't monoliths either.
Yeah,
They
Right.
have
I don't
That's the
believe.
problem because there's
Let me
no
just clarify
parallel.
this. Oh, my
yeah.
bad. I just want to clarify. I'm not saying that we don't have a culture, but I think what we're trying to pinpoint is like what is unique to us, right? But I guess by saying that by proxy, I'm trying to say monopoly, which is unrealistic. So I catch your drift.
also like
Because
to M White's point, for example, after World War II, you can tell how the atomic bombs affected their culture. That's where Godzilla was birthed from. Just like you can look at our culture and see things that came out of slavery that you can see was like a direct line to slavery as to the reason why we move the way that we move, the reason why
Yeah.
certain churches behave the way that they behave came out of slavery.
Yep.
So it's unique to us for our specific experience, but having something comes having an experience or having a reaction to trauma is not unique. It's our direct response and how we did it that makes us unique. Just like, you know what I mean,
I
Godzilla,
understand.
yeah.
I understand the clarity
so
or the
if we're
clarification.
gonna use that, benchmark, then again we have to name other cultures who have something that is unique in itself. If that's the benchmark we're gonna use
Yeah,
for any other culture, you know what I'm
and with
saying? Just if
yeah.
anyone that we're going to say identifies with a culture, then we'd have to say, okay, what do they have unique? And I haven't heard anyone at any point say anything that another culture has distinct to them only, completely unique, that nobody else has. I've heard manufacturing and this and that, but everybody does manufacturing. There's nothing specific to them that we don't have some type of parallel to.
Right. Trev, you know what we've been able to pinpoint? Subsets of cultures having unique, like distinct things from the greater
Right.
populace. Like
That's right.
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, but yeah, even the other countries, they have different cultures. Even if you mention Japan, there's somebody in the chat named like 3, 4 different subsets of cultures that they have just in Japan alone. So, and every country does, whether it's from religion or just things that they do, different groups. So we all are in that same position where none of us are a monolith.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying was when we go to other countries, we're only able to get a unique thing or a contrast from the subsets.
Right.
Otherwise, people probably living very similarly, depending on the fruitfulness of the country, But you find distinctness in the subsets, like the Nation of Islam that has, I think, 300,000 people, like the Hebrews, like the Rastafarians. But
Right.
other than that, he basically calling everything else no culture if there's not like a clear distinction, essentially.
Man said hard work is Haitian culture. Like dude just trolling. Just like,
He said,
like
what was that?
he was
He
like,
said what?
he said hard work is like everybody knows if you're from Haiti, then you're a hard worker. Hard work is Haitian culture. He just trolling. Dude, right?
He could be trolling, and the only reason I say that is because I really nobody's been able to tell me what his point was. So I know, True. You said you saw the whole joint. Were you able to see what bro's goal is? What's the bottom line? What is he looking to accomplish with
What I
all of this?
what I what I took from what he was trying to do is he was trying to formulate conversations amongst there being somewhat of hate that has been presented from Americans to Africans and maybe vice versa. It seemed like he was working to dispel some of the negative rhetoric that is shared amongst us because that what seems to exist. I mean, I personally have never spent energy or time hating on African brothers or anybody from the Caribbean or anything like that, and I've never received that. So that's why they brought him up. And what he was doing, what I gathered, I watched it twice. He kept asking very distinct things. We did it tonight. We are able to articulate identifiers, but maybe it is because we're in America. Maybe it is harder to stand firm on maybe a monolithic perspective because of the region, because we live in a country that's not dominated by us. We're here and we share, a space. But I've also, again, asked this from Black Americans, what is the culture? And I always pretty much get what I got tonight. It's our essence, it's our perseverance, it's the way we do style. Those are all great things. So maybe it's going to take time for me to graduate to accepting that. I think Bo even says something along the lines of you must hate yourself, which that's painting very broad. I think someone like myself is, go ahead.
True. Do we have institutions like academic institutions?
We do.
Do we have fraternities and sororities with unique perspectives and ways in which they do things?
Yes.
That can be universally applied across the 50 across America.
Yeah, we do.
Do we have music genres that we created?
We do.
Multiple.
Yeah, we do.
Do we have art styles that we specifically created?
We do.
Dance, photography, and other mediums. That's the definition of culture. That's it. It's none of these other things.
I guess again, and I'll speak for myself. I think to dismiss something like worldview is disingenuous because that does help, in my opinion, to know how to perceive. And if you've traveled as an American, you don't carry just being Black. You carry your grooming of being here because we think very different than people amongst all sectors of the world. The way that we live our lives is very different. So that to me resonated with me, and I think it was valid. It's not to say that he's right, but it was like all y'all took was the fact that he's African and then started shooting at it, being defensive, which I don't really understand why. It's one man's perspective, one man's opinion,